Welcome to today's tutorial. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be replicating this simple flyer design. So stay close as we proceed into this tutorial. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to our channel, kindly click on the subscription button. So this way you will help us to be encouraged to upload more tutorials like this. So without further discussion, we'll proceed. So the first thing we want to do is to create a new document. So we'll go over to File menu and click on File. Then we click on New. So wait for the new dialog box to pop out. Wait for it to pop out. Here we go. So we have our new dialog box. So I'll be setting my dimension at 1080 pixels by 1080 pixels. My resolution at 300 pixels and my color mode at RGB. So what I'm going just to do now is to click create. So I'm going to click on create. Now we have our new document. The first thing I want to do is to create a rectangle on my Canva. So I'll click on the rectangle tool here and draw a rectangle on my Canva. So we have this rectangle. Now I want to apply a green color on this rectangle. So I have already copied the color code from the other design. So what I just have to do is move over to my rectangle layer here, double click on the thumbnail. Now we have the color picker dialog box. So I'll come over here to the code area and paste my color code there. So here we have our green color. So this is the color code for the green color. You can copy this for your own tutorial. So the next thing I want to do is click on OK. Now I'll be bringing in some of my resources. I'll bring in the first resource I'll be working with. So I'll go over to my file menu and pick the first resource here, the worshippers background. So I'll click and drag to my Photoshop interface and drop it here. So I have dropped it there. Now what I want to do now is to blend this background into the green background below. So I'll just go over to my layer panel, click on my layer mode here, rather my blending mode here. Then I'll click on soft light. So I'll click on soft light. Now we have this. So now I want this background to blend very well. That is why I make use of the soft light. So for me, the soft light is the best option. So for you, you could choose to make use of any other blending option here, but I prefer using the soft light because that is what suits well for this particular design. So I'll click on the soft light. Now the next thing I want to do now is to bring in my tone paper. So I'm going to go over to my file explorer and bring in the tone paper. So I'll come here and drag. I'll click it and drag to my interface. Then I'll drop it there. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is to rotate this design, to rotate this paper, rather, I rotate the paper. Okay, we have that here. And the next thing now I want to do is to bring in the rumpled paper. So I'll go over to the file explorer again. I'll click on the rumpled paper and drag to my Photoshop interface and drop it here. So now I'm going to resize this and make it big. So it can cover the whole page. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to reduce the effects of the rumpled paper. I don't like it this way. So I'm going to be reducing the effects. I'll come over to my layer panel here. I'll go over to where I have opacity and click on the opacity and reduce it to 55% or 50%. Okay, I'll just leave it at 55%. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring in another resource. So I'll be bringing in the drum. So I'll click and drag to my Photoshop interface and drop it here. So I'm going to resize this drum. I'm going to resize it and take it up a bit. Okay, that's the perfect position. So I will drop it there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to bring in the text. We are almost done with the flyer. So the next thing I'm going to do is to bring in the text. So I'll move over to the other design and bring the text. So I don't want to spend time in typing so much text. So I'll just want to click and drag it to this other design. So in your own personal tutorial, you can spend that time in typing. So we'll not waste time. I don't want to waste time in typing so much text. So I'll do same for this and click and drag it to the other document. I'll do same for the other ones. I'll click on it and drag it. So make sure your texts are well aligned at the center. Make sure they are well aligned. So I'm trying to align this text together. Okay, the next one, I'm going to come over here and click on this other text here and drag. So mind you, the name of the font I use for this design is called Montserrat. So that's the name of the font, Montserrat. So the next thing I'm going to do is to bring in the logo and the name of the church. So just click on this and click on that. So drag it to my design here. So we have that completed. So okay, one thing remaining, the lens flare. So I'll just go over to my file explorer and click on my lens flare and drag it to the interface. Bring it over here. So now this lens flare is what will give me a reflection of light on the drum. So I want to create a reflection of light on the drum. So just watch closely. This is what I'm going to do. So I'll click on I'll make sure that I have activated the layer of the lens flare. Next thing I'm going to do is to click on normal, then I'll click on screen. So I'll now take it up here a bit, and then we have that. So I can actually reduce the opacity here a bit. Okay, we have that reflection of light on it. So we have come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you have benefited from this tutorial, and drop your comment below. Let me know what you think about the tutorial. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.